the Magic Converse. Nice job, Jackson, exclaimed the manager. Your show was awesome. Thank you, answered Jackson. It is 5 p.m. in Baltimore. Jackson Verrocchi, the pop singer, had just finished his tour around the world. He got in the car, the black Lamborghini he bought yesterday. Why did I choose to be a singer? I'm 35 years old now. The question started to come up. Jackson didn't know why there was this feeling in his heart. Deep, very deep, a gap inside missing. Stopping at the rail light, he saw a couple of lovers walking past the road. He knew he used to be one of them, hugging each other and laughing at fart jokes, and doing retarded stuff. But it all had changed since the year that he was 18, that he chose to be a singer rather than marrying with Vicky Linvibia. It's too late, he thought. I'm a singer now. The light changed from red to green. The black Lamborghini disappeared in a crowded city. The next morning at studio, Jackson was organizing his stuff. He felt like the room was too messy, just like his thinking right now. Suddenly, a box fell from the top. Jackson took it up. The box is covered with dusty colored craft linen and golden striped. The Converse inside wasn't very fashion. Not with the one he wore, the checkerboard one. Jackson took a look and mumbled, 7.5 feet, about my size. Jackson! 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 The crowd shouts. Jackson Verrocchi slowly stood up the stage, raising his hand, as the voice echoes louder. His move, one hand, a word, a term passing through thousands pairs of eyes. His voice had melted millions of girls' hearts. Suddenly, things started to change. In a meter away from Jackson's spot, a glowing bright lemon light shining like a smile slowly surrounded Jackson. The enthusiastic emotion seemed to be out from him. The sound, the color, the emotion started to twist. The audience faces twisted to billions of other appearances, and his body stopped and sunk. The next blink his eyes made that he was in a room, a familiar room. He turned around. There, in front of Coral Park High School, hanging up tall in the room. What? He replied. My old high school? He looked around and went through a WC. What? He shouted as the sky had fallen down. His face, his manly beard, and his fashion clothes all gone. Gone. I'm back to 18 again. Ha ha. High school. In the science class, Jackson Verrocchi started to look around. I am back to 18 again. 18. Excuse me, a voice had back Jackson's thought. From the door, a ginger-haired girl stood in front. The class turned their attentions to the girl. So did Jackson. Hi, my name is Vicky Linvibia. I'm from Florida, introduced the girl. Ah, Vicky, welcome, replied Miss Anderson. Mr. Jackson, would you mind if this young lady sit beside you? No problem, Jackson answered. Vicky's eyes turned to Jackson and gave him a smile. One day when Jackson and Vicky were alone on the field, Jackson finally handed up the proposal. Vicky, in the other hand, covered her mouth as something was sticking inside that's getting out. When Jackson's ready to speak out the sentence, Vicky had Jackson's shoulders. Their lips touched like fire sparks are pierced in the darkness. Jackson's words dissolved like sugar in his mouth. He could feel the flimsy lips that Vicky was touching him, so soft that Jackson couldn't let go. It was crowded in the cafeteria. When Vicky was walking toward Jackson, a girl blocked her way. And it's Annie, the most popular girl in the Coral Park High School. She had blonde long hair with sky blue eyes. Jackson, Annie called, do you have time tonight? Yeah, answered Jackson. Can we go to the theater together? My friends are busy and I don't want to go alone, cried Annie. Everyone's attention moved toward them. People were waiting for Jackson's reply. Annie had Jackson's hands out, not waiting for his reply. She cried it, I love you. In the corner of the cafeteria, a girl ran to the hallway with tears. In the passing week, Vicky seemed to block Jackson outside the box. Finally, Jackson spoke out. Vicky pretended that she didn't hear Jackson. Jackson had her hands. She pushed him away. What happened? Questioned Jackson. What happened? Shouted Vicky. Don't try to fool me. I saw what Annie did. You accept her? How dare you not even say goodbye and go all happy with your true love? And pushed Jackson in the chest. When Jackson tried to explain, Vicky pushed again, this time harder. Jackson stepped behind a little and tripped on a slip of paper on the ground. Ah! Jackson grunted. Vicky ran over. Sorry, I didn't mean to, regretted Vicky. It is okay, Jackson responded. A red small box had dropped when Jackson tripped and a slip of paper slipped out from the box. Marry me was written on the paper. Vicky hugged Jackson on the floor when she saw the paper. That day in cafeteria, I reject Annie. She kept asking why, and I told her the truth. That Vicky Linvivia was my girlfriend. Jackson explained. Yes, cried Vicky. I accept it. I will marry you, Jackson. They held each other tightly. Suddenly, from where the red box dropped, a familiar lemon-bright light glows beside them. Oh no, cried Jackson in the heart. The light drew a circle around them. Slowly, a wall twisted out to 1,000 people crossing like they're in a train station. The sound and colors melted through the ground. Jackson Veraki's hands couldn't move, and he started to sink. Again. The next blink he made, the stage appeared. Billions of people clapped in front of him. The girls passing out had been carried away from the audience. TV reporters pushing through Jackson asking how long he had organized this amazing show and how he thought that he did. It is quiet in a black Lamborghini. Through the mirror you could see a man with tears running through his cheek, and he kept repeating, "It's over, it's over." When Jackson opened the door, standing there was a woman with ginger hair smiling at him. "Vicky!" he yelled through the Converse beside and hugged her as hard as he could. "Your show is wonderful," Vicky replied. "I miss you so much," Jackson answered. While they were chatting, something reflected shine at the corner of the doorway. Slowly, a line appears at the edge of the Converse, and it wrote, "Don't give up what used to be your love."